On this episode of SHS Today, we travel to Lansing to explore barriers that are keeping students from pursuing a higher education, show you tips and tricks to get the job, and finally, we'll look back on the video games of your childhood. All this and more on another episode of SHS Today.
SHS Today starts now.
Good afternoon, Saline. I'm Alex Martinelli.
And I'm Alexis Saunders. Let's get started.
We have had an exciting week here at SHS Today in Hornet Nation. Last Monday, we traveled to the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association Awards Ceremony in Lansing, where our team won 22 awards.
While some students were receiving awards, other students reported on a topic about Michigan education, with Michigan dropping from the 13th highest rate of college enrollment in 1992 to the 34th in 2008. The question of how to influence students to get a college education is becoming increasingly important. Here's Mary Mitchell with more.
Good morning, I'm Mary Mitchell reporting to you from Lansing, Michigan. Only 38% of working adults in Michigan have a 2 to 4 year college degree. However, by the year 2020, it is reported that 70% of Michigan jobs will require a post-high school education. With this sharp contrast in supply and demand for Michigan workers, there may be a problem down the road. We asked residents of Lansing what they think may be deterring students from pursuing a higher education.
High-paying jobs and whether they would be able to make enough money to repay those loans for those that take loans.
A lot of my friends, they were more focused on, trades and mechanic and auto stuff, and they probably went on to maybe not go to college, but go to trade school. I don't know.
I honestly think that attendance rates are so low because tuition costs are soaring. The previous generation did not have to deal with this, and all my friends are swimming in student loan debt.
The price of tuition in Michigan has gone up 138% since 1975, and the average amount of student loan debt after graduation is over $29,000. With these staggering expenses, how do we encourage students to pursue a college education?
What keeps a region alive, which you're talking about culture, things to do, definitely employment. You have to have industry that they are able to get jobs. And we're not just talking basic jobs, but jobs that you can make a life at, jobs that help pay back the college loans that they have acquired.
More emphasis on trade schools, honestly. There's some amazing jobs and very rewarding careers that don't require college educations at all.
If you want to attract out-of-state students, you probably have to lower your tuition rates to be competitive.
College attendance rates nationwide have risen 38% over the last 10 years. Hopefully, Michigan's attendance rates will also be rising in the future. For MIPA TV, I'm Mary Mitchell, signing off.
Thanks for the report, Mary. Science Olympiad is a competition in which students compete in events pertaining to various scientific principles. And this year, Saline's team will be going to states on May 4th. Also advancing is the Business Professionals of America, who will be going to nationals.
With the school year coming to an end, many students are thinking about summer jobs. Sam Slauson gives insider advice on how to ace the interview.
With summer fastly approaching, many students are looking for ways to make some extra money. We talked to some people around town to get you some advice on how to get a job. To start out with, we talked to Kim Castor, the owner of Brood Awakenings.
What I look for is someone who comes in and makes eye contact, is friendly, has an application that is completely filled out, look nice, like clean, like they've actually worried about their appearance. Be aware that you're not going to be allowed to be on your cell phone all of the time. Make sure that your application is legible. If I can't read it, I'm not going to even bother with it. It'll go straight into the trash.
Next, we talked to Leslie Neathammer, the director of the Saline District Library.
Generally, what I'm looking for is somebody that likes to work with people. A lot of people think that when you get a job at the library, you're working with the books and you're never talking to people, but it's actually not the case at all. We often have students who apply for a job, you know, and they'll come in and we give them the application, and sometimes they'll take it home and the application will come back and it's really obvious that mom or dad filled it out. We don't like that at all. And we want to hire people that want to be here.
Well, Saline, we hope that all this advice will help you get a job in the future. I'm Sam Slauson. Back to you in the studio.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, in July 2014 there were 20 million employed students. Let's keep those numbers rising.
Whether you're taking 1 or 5 AP classes, it's time to start studying. AP exams are coming up and they start on May 4th.
Last week, Joe Miller updated us on the newest games. This week, Alex Clark does the opposite and takes us back to the video games of your childhood on this segment of Blast from the Past.
These days, games have been growing in popularity, with games such as Minecraft and Call of Duty. But what games were popular when we were young? I'm Alex Clark, and I'll be taking you back to see what games were the best when we were kids. We asked 18 teachers what video games they liked when they were young. 33% said Pac-Man, 27% said Pong, 22% said Asteroids, 16% said Miss Pac-Man, and 2% said Other.
When I was in elementary school, we thought it was super fun to play with our little professor calculator.
I played Mario Kart, Mario Party, as embarrassing as this is, Banjo-Kazooie.
My best way to waste time on a game was playing Pong.
My favorite video game growing up was Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga and Asteroids.
Then we asked 35 students what video games they liked as kids. 54% said Mario, or to be more specific, Mario Kart. 25% said Pokemon, 11% said Sonic, 8% said Zelda, and 2% said Other.
As a kid, I played Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, and all the MX vs. ATV games.
I was really big into Lego Star Wars.
I played Sonic, Mario Kart, Mario Bros. Mario. Always Mario.
So, as you can see, there have been a lot of different games throughout the ages. I'm Alex Clark, back to you in the studio.
You know, it's always interesting to see how technology has changed through the years, especially video games.
Yeah, but one thing's for sure, they're still great no matter what decade they're from. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Make sure to check out the Spring Arts Festival in the Wrestling Room. I'm Alex Martinelli.
And I'm Alexis Saunders. Tune in next week for a look into prom, nerd news, and a teacher feature on Mr. Barnett. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at SHS Today.
Have a great weekend, Hornets.